everyone, I thought I'd make this video to show you guys what it's like to take the Alaska Marine Highway System, aka the ferry, through Alaska. So here we go. I have taken a few trips on the ferry throughout Alaska, and this one that we're going to show you here is one from Valdez to Whittier. This photo here will show you kind of what it's like to line up and get ready while you're waiting to get on the ferry. And then here we're just heading on the ferry, getting ready, getting parked. If you're nervous at all about, oh man, like how do I do this? What's going to happen? You have people guiding you along the whole way, so it's no big deal, not a problem at all. It's actually pretty cool to do. So you can just watch along here and see what we did. So as you can see, the ferry we were on was the Aurora, and this is just a video of us leaving the Valdez Ferry Terminal. It is actually a really nice building, super nice place. If I could suggest a place to visit, it would be Valdez. I'm a little biased considering that's my hometown, but it is really nice. There are many places though that the ferry will go, so you can really get around the state well with the ferry. And those are my parents on the dock waving goodbye, so you guys can, if you're visiting family or whatever, they can come see you off from the dock there. And now we're just pulling away, and it's not the most gorgeous day ever, but it's still really beautiful. If you want to take pictures, this is like a great spot to get pictures. And you'll see other boats coming out and everything, so you can see what people are doing out there. And if you want to see it from the warmth of the solarium, that's the perfect place. You can camp out there, and there's heat lamps and everything. Some people bring tents, sleeping bags, and just camp out there the whole way. It's actually pretty roomy and nice, and really toasty compared to standing out on the deck. And if it's raining, no problem, still covered, so that's really pretty handy.
Followed by voice announcements over this public address system. Upon hearing these signals, all passengers must proceed to the nearest muster area. On board the Aurora, these are the foyer and the cafeteria, both located on the
So this is just another view of the solarium where people camp out and come out to view wildlife and stuff. And here is actually some of the wildlife that you might see out there. If you don't get a chance or don't have the funds to go on the ferry and go on a wildlife cruise at the same time, you can see quite a bit from the ferry sometimes as far as wildlife goes. So if you don't get to go on a wildlife cruise and you take the ferry, you kind of have a wildlife cruise and ferry ride at the same time. So if you're wondering what kind of food options you'll have on the ferry, there's a couple different things you can do. So one thing you can do is bring your own food and drinks and have kind of a picnic style meal, or you can eat at the cafeteria area on the ferry. And as you can see here, you can learn a little bit about wildlife while you are having your lunch. This is an example of the menu that they have on the ferry, just to give you an idea of prices and what kind of meals you can get on there. So they really do have a pretty good variety for just being a small cafeteria. And they also have some daily specials that you can see here. I ended up getting grilled cheese, of course, which was actually pretty delicious. One pretty cool thing that you can do while you're on the ferry is track where you're going along the way, which is kind of neat to see where you're at. Also, you can wander around and see if there's any art to look at or any pictures. And once you're done doing that, there are various seating areas for you to sit back and relax, take in the scenery, bring a blanket and a pillow with you, and just hang out. And here we are, arriving in the big city of Whittier. And this is where we will be unloading and cruising on out of the ferry. You can see that ramp there. And that's where we'll be heading out. And here we are unloading, which is just about as easy as getting loaded on.
Welcome to Whittier.
Arrived in the big city. So, something important to take note of if you are taking the ferry or just a trip in or out of Whittier, there is a tunnel you need to go through, and there is a schedule for the tunnel of times that you can either leave or come into Whittier. So, that is something to think about when you're taking the ferry in or out, is times that the tunnel is open. And as you can see here, it's not too busy, but if you're curious, this video was recorded in April, so can't really say it's definitely like the busy, crazy season for us here. It'll be much busier if you come in the summer. So as you can see here, the sign up front will tell you when the next traffic release is, when you can go through the tunnel, and it'll give you all the info you need to know while you're going through. Alright, so after waiting just a little bit there, we are on our way. And just a fun little fact, according to the Alaska DOT, this is actually the longest combined vehicle and railroad tunnel in North America. So that is pretty interesting, and it's actually really fun to go through. It's really pretty amazing to see, and it actually is fairly long. So you will have quite a bit of time in there to check it out. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys and gave you a little bit more info about the Alaska Marine Highway System. It definitely is worth thinking about taking the ferry while you're up here. Going on a little adventure on the ferry is always fun, and then you can check out some different places that you wouldn't otherwise see. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them below. We'd be happy to respond. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and have fun on your Alaskan adventure.